Shalom, this is Levi Shore. Welcome back to Sweet&Good Torah. It's incredible. It's been almost a year since the last Simchas Torah. And we experienced this unimaginable attack on October the 7th. It was Shabbos, it was Shmini Atzeres, it was Simchas Torah in Israel. And we saw an attack in the 21st century with the 21st century technology. It was being live streamed, but it was the unimaginable violence that we haven't experienced in so long. And it was just an attack on the scale, of the violence of the Holocaust, of the violence of the pogroms, of the Crusades, and things, unfortunately, we've experienced many times in Jewish history. But it happened on the most surprising of days. It happened in one of the happiest days of the year. And we've been in this exile for so long. And it's been probably 2024 years of this Roman exile, this Golus Edom. And I think in some ways we become so comfortable in this exile. And for hundreds and hundreds of years, we've had all these external forces, internal forces of people trying to separate, like the Jewish people, from Hashem, from our God, from this infinite being that we've had a relationship with for 4,000 years, going back to the days of Abraham and Sarah, Abraham and Sarah, who began it all in the Hebrew year of 2023, when the covenant was made, when the Bris Bein HaBasarim, and it began this special relationship between us and Hashem, and we received the Torah, the Eitz Chaim, the tree of life, this most remarkable blueprint of the universe, and it tells us what to do in life, what life's about, how we can connect with Hashem, how we can be closer with each other. And unfortunately, we've been attacked for so long, and we've become maybe exhausted, and then there's the other, just the intense I think desire sometimes to just be like everyone else, and that's a big pull. A lot of times we don't want the anti-Semitism. So over the last hundreds of years in this enlightenment, there's been many forces that suggested that if we just act just like the Gentiles and Chas v'Shalom, we abandon Hashem and our Torah, that everything will be fine, everything will be peaceful. And we've seen it in many forms. We've seen it like the maskilim, the enlightened ones, the quote unquote enlightened ones, the reform movement, the conservative movement, the Zionism, and all of them promise the same thing. All of them promise that if we just walk away from the Torah and Chas v'Shalom, we just act like everyone else, that the anti-Semitism will all magically go away. But we see it's actually the opposite. And we see that really the number one cause of anti-Semitism in the world right now is Zionism, right? Is this idea of setting up a secular government in the holiest place in the world, in Israel. And we just read Parsha Kisavo with all the brachas and the klalas, the blessings and the curses. And Hashem just very clear in the Torah that he wants us to do this special job of learning the Torah and doing the mitzvos, and it elevates us, and there's just great mitzvahs of tzedakah, of doing gamilas chasadim, of acts of kindness, of just uplifting ourselves. The mitzvahs help us to uplift ourselves, become greater spiritually, become more of people that are giving instead of just always taking. And when we truly follow it, like Hashem's promise that like the bad stuff's going to go away. Hashem's going to give us great wealth, and He'll bring us back. He'll bring all of us back to the land of Israel, and the exile will be over. And which I don't have right now. We'll all have great health. The problems of health, and B'ezrat Hashem, even at some point, in Yemot Mashiach, when everything's fixed, death will go away. It's hard to imagine, and we'll have more of the completion of the creation of what it was supposed to be, and we won't be attacked by our enemies. They won't be successful, and the land of Israel will be divided up. Every Jewish family will have a portion of the land of Israel, and it's just simple. It's simple. It seems so hard, but it's very simple how to get it. It's just we have to follow the Torah. So I don't know. It just seems so strange. I mean, I grew up. I know what it's like. I mean, I grew up pretty secular myself. I went to public school in America, and I went to university, and it was much later. I don't think I was. I don't think I got the opportunity to go to yeshiva until I was 34. I went to Sweet Torah in Jerusalem, in Israel. And it's special. I got to live in the old city of Jerusalem for 6 years, and I got to learn the Torah. And then I came back to my hometown of Baltimore, and I learned in Ner Yisrael here. And so I had a special opportunity, and maybe not everyone has that opportunity, but but there are things out there. There's birthright trips. There's all kinds of kiruv organizations. There's Sweet Torah or Sameach. I think in Israel there's Yad L'Achim, there's Chabad, and many, many others. So there's many rabbis and rebbitzins all over the world that are more than happy to teach other Jewish people all about the Torah and bring people back up to speed. But the main thing, what's really kept us in this exile for so long, this gullus, is something simple. Something simple, but something that seems to be very difficult. And it's just sinas chinam. It's just hating each other for no reason. And we all have our differences, and we all have different philosophies, and unfortunately in some ways we're splintered into different groups, which is kind of like an illusion right now. We're not unified like we used to be. But where's all the hate coming from? I mean, isn't it time to just let it all go? We're being attacked on so many sides now. There's anti-Semitism rising up everywhere. I mean, Israel is facing a war with Iran. They're being attacked from every side. I mean, the attack from Hamas on October the 7th, now it's heating up with Hezbollah. They're being attacked from Iraq, being attacked from Syria, being attacked from the Houthis in Yemen, being attacked inside Israel and Judea and Samaria, the so-called West Bank, by Fatah, the PLO. I mean, we're being attacked, on all sides. Isn't it just time to come together? Isn't it time to, who cares? I mean, so a Jewish person votes for a Democrat or votes for a Republican, it's Harris or Trump or whoever. Or in Israel, I don't even know anymore all the parties. It's Likud, or it's, I don't know what Labor is now. I forgot all the new names, Blue and White or whatever that it all is. It's all right and left of the secular, it's not us. I mean, who we really are is we're Hashem's people. The Torah is our special gift that we were given. We're given a special day of Shabbos just for us. It's a special gift just for us. It's time to let it go. It's time for us to just let it go. And Mizrat Hashem, and what really shows the special part of the Jewish neshama, the Jewish soul, is that basically every Jewish person, the hardest days of the year, the most intense days of the year. I mean, we're in the month of Elul right now, and we start to get ready for Rosh Hashanah, for the new year. We start to think, who are we last year? And, what did we do good? What did we not do so great? What do we want to change? Who do we want to be this new year? We want to be a new person, new, better person in this new year. And we want to pray to Hashem and ask what we need. Do we need a wife? Do we need kids? Do we need a job? Do we need a raise? Do we need a house? What do we need? What do we need to come close to Hashem our God this year? What do we need to feel good and comfortable? And what do we really need? Shalom, peace. I mean, that's the goal. Isn't that the goal of the whole world? The goal is to why did Hashem, why did this infinite being create the world? He created it because he wanted a relationship with each person he created. All 8 billion people. But we have a job. That's why they're so hard on us. That's why it's all the anti-Semitism. They want us to do our job. And our job is like it was prophesied in Yeshaya, Hanavi, Isaiah the prophet, that we should be the Or Lagoyim, we should be the light to the nations. And we do that by teaching them in Torah and showing them how to do the mitzvos. And coming close to Hashem. When they see a holy nation that's close to Hashem, then they're also going to want it. We'll see that we're all, there's more we all have in common. We're all created with the Selam Elohim. We're all created with this soul, in this form of the 10 Sephiros, the form of man. And there's a lot more that we all have in common. And there's a lot of people not so good, out there, and they're trying to drive everyone apart. But I think most people in the world, they all really want the same thing. They want a nice life. They want a family. They want it good for their family. And, they want to have friends and live in peace. And that's what we all really want. So let's try something different this year. We've really been trying this whole enlightenment game for hundreds of years, and it hasn't worked, and it's brought on, unfortunately, tremendous suffering. Let's try following the instructions. So, since it's so special, every Jewish soul, every Jewish neshama, everyone goes in for Rosh Hashanah. Everyone knows the really important day. Rosh Hashanah, the Yom Adin. We proclaim Hashem, the King, the Melech, and He judges the world. But we also make it sweet. We dip the apple in the honey. We do the simanim. We do the signs of a good new year. It should be, a good and sweet new year. And sweet and good Torah, it's a reverse of that. And we want a sweet and good new year, or a good and sweet year. And then we have the special 10 days, the Eser Yemei Teshuvah, the 10 days of Teshuvah, from Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur. And Jews, they know. Jewish people that don't do much all year, they know it's important. You fast on Yom Kippur. And everyone basically comes back to shul. Everyone comes to the synagogue. You fast. And it's a special day. It's a special day of atonement. It's a special day when, after Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, he broke the first set of the sapphire tablets that had the 10 Commandments when he saw the golden calf. And then we got the second set. It's a day of forgiveness. And on Yom Kippur that year, we got the second set of the sapphire tablets, and both sets were put in the Arna Kodesh, the Ark of the Covenant, where the Torah scroll was put also. And it sat in the Holy of the Holies. And there's a special avoda service that goes on in Yom Kippur when we have the Beis HaMikdash, when we have the temple, and the Kohen Gadol, the high priest. He does a special service on Yom Kippur. And then here's where it gets crazy. And then it's Sukkot. And Sukkot, it's the Zman Simchasenu. It's the time of our happiness. But I don't know what it is. Like, a lot of Jewish people, they'll come to shul, Rosh Hashanah. And they'll come to the shul on Yom Kippur and they'll fast. And then you do all the hard work. And then the party you walk away from. It's so crazy. But Sukkot, it's the fun. It's the time of our happiness. It's the fun holiday. It's the really fun when we do the hard work in Elul and Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and then we celebrate. And we make a little sukkah around the yard. You can go to your friend's sukkah, but it's fun. You build a little sukkah, and it's camping right in your backyard, your front yard, and you build a little sukkah, or you get a little sukkah kit, and you have meals in the sukkah and sleep in the sukkah, and you sing in the sukkah, and you have parties in the sukkah. And it's the time of happiness. So it's like, if you're going to do the hard part, if you're already going to go to shul for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, do the fun part. Celebrate Sukkot this year. And we all should. And B'ezrat Hashem, this year, they attacked us last year on Simchas Torah. And Shmini Atzeres, it's the same day in Israel. It's 2 days in everywhere else outside Israel, in Chutz La'aretz. But Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah, we start again. We finish reading the Torah for the year, and we open it up. We go back to Parsha Breshis, back to Genesis, the very beginning, and we start again. And then we dance with the Torah. And let's try something different this year. Let's all of us come together. Let's dance with the Torah. Let's let the hatred go. It's been too long. Let's start finding out what we all have in common. And when we come together, then we're really going to bring on the Tikkun Olam. We're going to be able to fix the world, and we're going to be able to bring the nations also close to Hashem. And there may be great wars, unfortunately, before it all happens, but aren't we getting sick of it all? Don't we really want the shalom, the peace? All right, so if you like it, help me out. Please like, share, subscribe. But if you could, share the video, tell other people about it. Just pass on the idea. We should all dance on Simchas Torah this year. Let's win by happiness. Let's win by coming together. And B'ezrat Hashem, let's do everything we can. Prayers, mitzvahs, tzedakah, giving charity. Let's do everything to build the merit. And let's get every Jewish person home. And that no person should remain behind in Gaza in captivity. And we should all dance this year on Simchas Torah. And B'ezrat Hashem, we should quickly see the coming of Mashiach and the rebuilding of the Beis HaMikdash. I hope you enjoyed it. I could really use your help. Let me hear your comments, and I hope to see you back again soon on Sweet and Good Torah.